Hello chess friends and welcome to the channel. In today's video, another game from the Champions Showdown 2019 held in St. Louis, United States. The game is from round 7 of one of the most interesting matchups. Navara vs Wesley So, two great attacking players and fan favorites. This game is a bit different from the others. One of the two players will show great precision and with simple, accurate moves will dominate the late middle game. Let's review the game together. Navara with the white pieces opens with d4 and Wesley So answers with knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to f3, d5, knight to c3, the queen's gambit declined, and the main line bishop to e7. Bishop to g5, h6 hitting the bishop retreats to h4, and castle for black. e3 opening the way to the bishop, and knight to e4. Here comes bishop captures on e7, queen recaptures on e7, and rook to c1. So let's notice one thing. Let's move back one move. So very few grandmasters in this position plays knight captures on e4, because after d captures on e4, attacking the knight, it's true that the central pawns now are doubled, but after knight to d2 and f5, this line always favors black. So let's go back to the game. Rook to c1, c6, closing the triangle, and queen to c2. Knight to d7, again, it's not a good idea to captures on e4, because after d captures and queen captures, the king is still in the center, the dark diagonal is open, here comes queen to b4 with check, and black is a bit better. So let's go back. After knight to d7, bishop to d3, now it's really dangerous, the captures on e4, that's why Wesley So he changed the knights. Knight capture on c3 and queen recaptures on c3. Here comes a good idea, d captures on c4, because if black doesn't capture, it will be white that will captures with the c pawn on d5, opening the c file that is already controlling with the queen and the rook. Here, bishop recaptures on c4, and the bishop will also need to move away from this diagonal because is hitting the pawn wall e6 and f7. b6 now, castle for white, and bishop to b7. Bishop back to e2, and here comes a5. Knight to d2, c5. Now in this position, if white captures, d captures on c5, here comes rook in f goes to c8, rook in f goes to c1, rook captures on c5, the queen must move away, queen to d4, and you notice that white lost control of the c file. So after c5, Navara doesn't capture, but he plays bishop to f3, hitting the bishop. C capture on d4, attacking the queen, queen captures on d4, and knight to c5 that opens the queen defense to the bishop. Bishop captures on b7, before recapturing a tempo move, rook in a goes to d8, attacking the queen, queen to c3, and now queen captures on b7. Knight to b3, knight captures on b3, queen captures on b3, and rook to d2. So the game is more or less equal, but the rook on the second rank is in a good strategic position. Rook to c5, playing against the pin, because of course the pawn can't capture or the queen is lost. Here comes a4, attacking the queen, queen to b5, and rook in f goes to d8 with the two rooks that now are controlling the d file. Rook to c4, attacking the a4 pawn, but now black is a bit better. Rook in 8 goes to d5, attacking the queen, queen to e8 with check, king to h7, and here Navara captures the pawn with the rook. Rook captures on a4, but it was a bit better to capture, bringing back the queen that now is far from the action. Rook to d1 and rook to c4. This is not an inaccuracy, this is a real mistake. The move to play is rook to d4. Here comes rook captures on d4, e captures, rook recaptures, and after queen to b5, it seems that white can hold without too many problems. Let's go back to our game. Rook to c4 allows rook captures on f1 we check, king captures, rook to d1 we check, king moves to e2 attacking the rook, but here comes queen to d5 that defends the rook and threatens the white rook. David Navara plays queen to c6 and this is a blunder, but even after the best move, let's go back, even after rook to d4 that is the best move, the game is lost. Let's watch why. Rook captures on d4, he recaptures on d4, and here let's pay attention because black's best move is not to capture the pawn. Black wants to capture with tempo. Queen to e4 we check, king to f1, queen to d3 we check, king to e1 and queen to b1 we check, king to e2, queen captures on b2 we check, king to e3, queen to a3 we check, and this is the most important pawn to capture. King to e4, queen captures on a2, the game is won because we are in a queen and pawn endgame, and the side that can create a pass pawn will win the game. In this position, it's already -4. Let's go back to our game. After queen to c6, here comes queen to d2 we check, king to f3, rook to f1, the f2 square is the target, queen to e4 we check, f5, shielding the king and attacking the queen, and queen to h4, g5, attacking the defender of the f2 square, rook to d4, attacking the queen, and here comes g4 we check, a winning move, but not the best move. Let's go back. The best move is the quiet move, queen to c2, and then what to do? The queen must move away, queen to g3, here comes g4, we check, king to f4, queen to c7 we check, rook to d6, and queen captures on d6 is checkmate. Let's go back to our game. g4 we check, the king must move away and leave the protection of the f2 square. King to f4, rook captures, we check, and here Navara resigns because it's already a forced checkmate. Let's play some other moves together. King to e5, this is a possible move. Queen captures, on e3 we check. King to f6, queen captures, on d4 we check, and checkmate will follow. So a nice short game, but I like to show you this game. Simple effective moves and some nice endgame ideas that we can use in our games. Our analysis is over. I hope that you enjoyed the game. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I have many new beautiful games to show you. For now, thanks for watching and goodbye.